Every time the master is controlled by his inner demons, he vents his frustration on his little disciple. On the full moon day, the little disciple went out alone, wanting to escape. The master walked around, looking around because previously, during this time, the master would return. However, the marks from the last time had not yet faded. The little disciple was someone who transmigrated into the book Thursday Tien. The liucong in this book is a very mysterious character, rarely appearing. In the future, the master would die and become the bright moonlight in the heart of the protagonist. Walking aimlessly, he didn't know when he arrived there. Thinking of every time the master tied him up, he felt angry. So this time, he decided to run away and let the master worry. The little disciple ran barefoot on the grass, looking for a place to hide, when he suddenly felt a familiar aura. He nervously swallowed, thinking to himself, "Not good." When he turned around, he indeed saw that the master had found him. Clearly very angry, moreover, there were signs of demonic possession on his forehead and face. The demonic patterns on his forehead and those runes were what the master's inner self longed for. The little disciple felt that something big was about to happen. The little disciple decided that fleeing was the best option. But as he took a step back, the master, Huin Lang, quickly noticed. Huin Lang stretched out his hand, casting a rope that flew toward Nam Thursday, quickly subduing him. Little Nam Thursday was furious, but contrary to him, the master felt happy again, thinking that tying him up was indeed better. The master in an uncontrolled state and the master in a clear-headed state were two completely opposite conditions. Each time they had such intimate contact, it made the little disciple feel uncomfortable. After tying Nam Thursday up, Huin Lang excitedly pulled him close, wanting to proceed with intimacy. However, when he reached out and touched Nam Thursday's lips, he stopped. Nam Thursday, still confused and not understanding what was happening, saw the master take out a jar of ointment and apply it to his lips, quickly healing the wound. Afterward, the master stared at Nam Thursday, demanding a reward. Nam Thursday, still in shock and not understanding, saw the other man's face darken. So, Nam Thursday had no choice but to offer his lips to appease the angry master. They shared a long kiss, and when they finally separated, Nam Thursday's entire face was red, not daring to look directly at the master. In the previous world, Nam Thursday was an Omega. A good friend had introduced him to this 18-plus novel. As his friend said, within the novel was the type of person he liked, but that person was not the main character. It was the person in front of him. Each time they had intimate contact during the full moon, Huin Lang particularly liked to bite Nam Thursday's neck. He didn't know why, but at that moment, Nam Thursday felt a bit regretful. If only the master treated him like this when he was sober, it would be wonderful. Currently, it was just physical contact driven by instinct. Each time the master tied him up, he remembered those terrible memories. Thinking of this, Nam Thursday suddenly felt both wronged and angry. He struggled and said, "Let me go," yelling at the master to untie him. Throughout the whole process, the master pretended not to hear anything. Gradually, the little disciple understood this strange personality of the master. As long as he acted coquettishly and said it hurt, the master would immediately let him go. This method always worked, probably because of those past memories. Hearing the little disciple say it hurt, the master gently took his hand and blew on it. The little disciple blushed from this action of the master, shyly saying it didn't hurt anymore. So, the master obediently followed the little disciple, but Nam Thursday accidentally led the master to a place he often frequented. After this, he would have no place to hide. But first, he still had to make medicine for the protagonist. Even so, the master really loved this protagonist. Nam Thursday was just a side character with little screen time, but when he opened the drawer containing the medicine, he found that all the prepared medicine had been eaten by that flower, leaving only a little bit. After transmigrating into the book, Nam Thursday had gained a special skill, so making medicine was very easy for him. He only needed to look at the progress bar and control his spiritual power to perfectly create the medicine. Since entering, the master had been standing quietly by his side, meditating, but the flower that the little disciple was resisting refused to stay put. It extended its tendrils toward the master. This scene was caught by the master, who glared at the flower, causing it to retract in a panic. The master silently walked over to Nam Thursday. At that moment, Nam Thursday was still focused on making the medicine, unaware of the approaching beast. Just as he was delighted that the medicine was finished, the master hugged him, biting his nape. Nam Thursday, embarrassed, pushed him away, begging the master not to do this here. Hearing this, the master was very happy, carrying him into the room. The master couldn't wait and quickly acted, the rune on his forehead becoming very clear, and similar marks appearing on his back. It seemed that tonight the little disciple was in for it. The next day, the little disciple woke up exhausted, and the master had already disappeared. On the peak of Van Nuy, the master was once again attracted by the spiritual energy of the place. As the protagonist appeared, the master stood under the cherry blossom tree, reminiscing about the previous night's full moon, feeling that he had slept more comfortably than usual. The protagonist quickly approached the master, delighted to see him still alive, silently vowing not to let the master die again. The protagonist immediately started acting spoiled with the master. The master was puzzled by the protagonist's behavior, as they had only met a few days ago. The master placed a mountain flower in Nan Khan's hair, telling him not to be naughty. Nan Khan mischievously stuck out his tongue, knowing that it had been a long time since they last met. At that moment, a few bird feathers flew by in the sky. The master looked in that direction, seeing the little disciple descend gracefully like an immortal, beautiful beyond words, making his heart flutter. Nam Thursday landed safely, seeing the master lost in thought. Nan Khan wondered what the master was looking at. The master told him that his senior brother had arrived. Seeing Nam Thursday, Nan Khan enthusiastically waved and greeted him. For the first time, Nam Thursday saw the main character of this world. Most of the novel's content is used to describe this protagonist's appearance, and his personality before and after reincarnation is very different. Seeing Nam Thursday being able to control birds, Nan Khan was very admiring, but at this moment, the master was only focused on the bite mark on Nam Thursday's neck. Ever since Nam Thursday transmigrated into this book, he had never seen anyone's face. Even the author only referred to parents by their titles, but this didn't stop him from loving them. Now, facing the main character, it was the same. He couldn't see the other person's face. The only person in this world whose face Nam Thursday could see was his master Huin Lang. However, just thinking about how his master would devour him completely and then forget everything made Nam Thursday angry. If you have the guts, don't come looking for me on a full moon night. At this moment, Nam Thursday suddenly noticed his master's eyes. Something was wrong. He seemed to be angry again. Nam Thursday looked at him doubtfully. The master, seeing the marks on Nam Thursday's neck, misunderstood that Nam Thursday already had a partner. The master approached, his eyes still fixed on Nam Thursday. Being pinned by this gaze, Nam Thursday felt a bit panicked. Why did he always look at him with that expression? But now, all the master's attention was focused on the unmistakable marks on Nam Thursday's body, and he even thought about locking him up. Nam Thursday quickly covered his neck with his hand and changed the subject. The medicine is ready. Hearing that the senior brother had developed the medicine, the protagonist was very interested. While Nam Thursday was rummaging through the medicine, the two people in front of him kept staring at him, making him flustered. Moreover, these two people were not just looking but also getting very close. Finally, he found the bottle of medicine. Nam Thursday breathed a sigh of relief. He offered it to the protagonist with both hands. Because he heard that the junior brother was chosen to go to the secret realm for cultivation, Nam Thursday developed this medicine for him. Additionally, there was a lot of space in the bottle, hoping the junior brother wouldn't mind. Nan Khan received the bottle very courteously and said, "Thank you, senior brother," which made Nam Thursday a bit embarrassed. Moreover, since he arrived, the master's eyes had always been pinned on his neck. After giving the medicine, Nam Thursday quickly excused himself, saying he had to go pick herbs and fled. The master watched Nam Thursday's departing figure, hesitating about whether to let him go. He didn't know what excuse to use next time to meet Nam Thursday. So the master called out, "Nam Thursday, stop." Hearing the master call him loudly, Nam Thursday was startled and quickly responded, "Yes," then turned around fearfully and asked, "Master, do you have any instructions?" Because of the bite marks on Nam Thursday's neck, the master's inner demons were a bit out of control. To calm himself down, the master closed his eyes and said to Nam Thursday, "I'll go pick herbs with you." Before leaving, the master repeatedly reminded the protagonist to be careful. Seeing their deep affection, Nam Thursday felt he was really unnecessary here, and seeing the master care about the protagonist made him feel a bit annoyed. The master indeed valued the protagonist very much. At this moment, Nantan noticed that his senior brother beside him was in a daze. He approached and said a few words to him, expressing regret that his senior brother could not go to the secret realm, and comforted Nam Thursday, saying that although he was not chosen, he could still visit the secret realm. But the subsequent comforting words were a bit off, as Nan Khan said, "Even a waste like senior brother can cultivate." Nam Thursday was about to retort when the master quickly intervened, saying to Nantan, "Nam Thursday cannot go." Nam Thursday obediently listened to the master. After wishing the protagonist a successful cultivation, the three of them entered the deep forest to pick herbs. Although the herbs here were abundant, if not necessary, Nam Thursday didn't want to come to this place. These seemingly ordinary grasses, trees, and flowers shouldn't be approached closely. However, this time, with the master accompanying him, Nam Thursday thought that these plants probably wouldn't dare to act up. So Nam Thursday didn't care anymore and happily picked herbs, not noticing something slowly approaching from behind. By the time Nam Thursday realized it, it was too late. When Nam Thursday reacted, his whole body was already entangled by vines and then swallowed by a giant flower. Although this flower was enormous, it had no offensive ability. It just wanted to play with Nam Thursday. However, the master, not far away, was unaware. The master was holding a pair of earrings, hesitating about whether to give them to Nam Thursday. After thinking for a long time, the master still couldn't come up with a reason to give the gift. The master was annoyed and couldn't find a suitable reason. After half a day, he decided to just give it directly. The master cleared his throat, but when he turned around to look for Nam Thursday, he couldn't find his little disciple anywhere. Huin Lang noticed the medicine basket lying on the ground and immediately became tense. The person was just here, and there was no sign of danger around, not even the smell of blood. For now, he could only be relieved that his little disciple wasn't injured. In an urgent situation, the master immediately transformed. No one had ever been able to capture Nam Thursday under his nose without any trace. Huin Lang used his spiritual power to scan the surroundings and suddenly sensed something. He approached a giant flower. The master looked at the flower in front of him, thinking, could Nam Thursday be inside this? It turned out to be a non-aggressive plant. No wonder he didn't sense any danger earlier. The master cast a spell, and with a pop, the flower opened, revealing Nam Thursday inside. Seeing Huin Lang, Nam Thursday was surprised and asked, "Master, did you come to save me?" Just after escaping the flower, Nam Thursday fell into the master's arms. Fortunately, he was okay, but seeing Nam Thursday's flushed face out of embarrassment, the master thought Nam Thursday was uncomfortable somewhere. Nam Thursday quickly explained, "Master, you're holding me too tight." Hearing this, Huin Lang immediately loosened his grip, but their distance was still too close. Nam Thursday felt hot, almost steaming, and quickly turned his face away to hide his embarrassment, making the hickeys on his body appear and disappear. Seeing these marks, the master became furious, thinking, how intense was it to leave so many hickeys? The master tried to control his anger, and at this moment, Nam Thursday also noticed that the master's expression was not right. He didn't know what he had done to upset the master again. Suddenly, the master reached out to help adjust Nam Thursday's clothes, then smoothed Nam Thursday's hair, finally satisfied, saying, "You look much better now." Hearing the master call him, Nam Thursday immediately looked up, but because of his quick movement, his hair tie suddenly fell off. At this moment, Nam Thursday, with his hair slightly disheveled, exchanged glances with the master, both of them looking at each other. Nam Thursday blushed once again, while the more the master looked at his little disciple, the more mesmerized he felt. The atmosphere seemed somewhat unusual. If he continued to stare, the master feared he might not be able to restrain himself. So he closed his eyes, out of sight, out of mind. The master instructed Nam Thursday to continue picking herbs. Time passed, and the sunset spread across the sky. The master looked at the hair tie in his hand, almost unable to resist earlier, while Nam Thursday, not far away, happily picked herbs. Huin Lang worried that he might cross the line with Nam Thursday in some way. He silently prayed that if anything did happen, Nam Thursday wouldn't leave him. The sun had nearly set, and Nam Thursday had finished gathering the herbs. Huin Lang affectionately looked at him, watching his little disciple approach happily. Unconsciously, Huin Lang smiled as Nam Thursday, holding a basket of herbs, joyfully showed him the various herbs he had collected today. The master handed back the hair tie, tying Nam Thursday's hair, saying he had just found it. Nam Thursday, a bit surprised, thanked the master. It was time to go back, but what surprised Nam Thursday was that the master returned with him. They arrived at Nam Thursday's usual spot, which was beautiful and very quiet, free from disturbances. Thinking that the little disciple might still be bathing, the master felt a strange sensation, but quickly realized he was thinking inappropriately. The master hurriedly patted his face to regain composure and tried to distract himself by sitting cross-legged, beginning to scan the area for any other presence. He couldn't sense anyone else besides the two of them. The master wondered if Nam Thursday's supposed lover had concealed his aura, or perhaps this person had cultivation equal to or higher than his own. Thinking of this, the master grew more furious. Huin Lang took out the earrings he had prepared as a gift for Nam Thursday. He placed the earrings on his forehead and began a spell to turn them into his eyes, to watch over Nam Thursday and see who this person really was. However, he realized this wasn't quite right and thought it would be better to lock Nam Thursday up, but worried that this might make Nam Thursday dislike him. On the other hand, Nam Thursday had finished his bath, but without clothes to wear, he had to don the outfit his mother had left him. Feeling it wasn't right to leave the master waiting outside in the dark and cold, Nam Thursday dressed quickly and went outside to find the master. His hair still wet, he tied it up casually. For some reason, Nam Thursday felt nervous. It seemed this was the first time he was alone with Huin Lang in his normal state for so long. Nam Thursday was curious about how many other forms the master might have. If given the chance, he would carefully check the book again. Nam Thursday brought some food to the master. Seeing him arrive, the master only glanced briefly before turning his eyes away. Nam Thursday set the food on the table, telling Huin Lang that since this place rarely had visitors, he only had some fruits. Nam Thursday asked if the master wanted to come inside, but the master said it was fine outside. The truth was, the master feared that if he went inside, he might not be able to control himself and do something the readers would enjoy. Hearing the master's words, Nam Thursday couldn't help but express his thoughts, saying there was nothing good about this place. Realizing Nam Thursday felt the place was dark, the master immediately took out a glowing stone. Nam Thursday, sitting opposite, was puzzled, while Huin Lang couldn't believe that he was using his cultivation to do something like this to make Nam Thursday happy. The next moment, the glowing stone began to float in the air. Nam Thursday watched in awe, and the master no longer avoided looking at him directly, staring intently at Nam Thursday. Seeing Nam Thursday's wet hair, the master couldn't resist calling out to him. When Nam Thursday turned to look, the master created a warm wind to dry Nam Thursday's hair. Nam Thursday closed his eyes, enjoying the warmth. When he opened his eyes, he felt completely relaxed, touched by the master's concern. Nam Thursday felt unexpectedly warm and gentle, remembering the times when the master lost control and embraced him. Just then, Huin Lang asked if there was any wine. Nam Thursday, surprised, asked if the master wanted to drink wine. The master, not understanding, assumed there was no wine here, but Nam Thursday informed him that there was and went to fetch it. Nam Thursday found it strange because the book mentioned that the master never drank wine. As Nam Thursday went to get the wine, the master breathed a sigh of relief, feeling incredibly tense, almost losing control because of Nam Thursday's scent. When Nam Thursday returned with the wine, Huin Lang eagerly took it and drank. Nam Thursday watched curiously, as it seemed the book couldn't be trusted. The master was indeed drinking. Nam Thursday also drank a glass, finding it surprisingly good. But on the other side, the master's reaction was entirely different. He immediately spat the wine out. Nam Thursday quickly showed concern. Even though the master's face was scrunched up like a dried plum, he stubbornly claimed the wine was good. Huin Lang drank the wine to calm himself. The master then became curious about why the plants wanted to attack Nam Thursday. Nam Thursday explained that it wasn't an attack. The plants were just too fond of him. Most of them were like that, but a few disliked him. Nam Thursday speculated that perhaps because he was originally an Omega in the previous world, he carried a pheromone scent. At this moment, Huin Lang called out to him again. Nam Thursday looked up to see a pair of earrings held out before him. "For me!" Nam Thursday's eyes lit up at the sight of the beautiful earrings. The master told him that they carried his aura. From now on, Nam Thursday could go wherever he wanted to gather herbs. The plants wouldn't bother him as long as he wore these. After giving the gift, the master urged him to put them on right away. Nam Thursday, a bit puzzled, did as he was told, finding the gift delightful. The master smiled in satisfaction because once Nam Thursday put these on, they couldn't be removed. The master raised his glass, wanting to toast, but couldn't handle the smell of the wine. Nam Thursday, seeing the master's reaction, felt at a loss. "If you can't drink, then don't," he thought, but the master insisted on drinking, believing it would help him maintain his composure. Watching the master drink, Nam Thursday started thinking about the previous indescribable scenes. So he decided to ask the master a question. Why couldn't he enter the secret realm? The master then gave him 3 reasons. Hearing these reasons, Nam Thursday felt frustrated, thinking, "Am I really that useless? Even if I'm not as good as my junior brother, surely I wouldn't be a burden." The master was about to explain, but seeing Nam Thursday's angry expression, he held back. At this moment, it would be better not to speak directly. Nam Thursday remembered that at the age of 7, he joined their sect, and it was only at 16 that he first met his master. At that time, their relationship was not yet that of master and disciple. He only felt strange that he could see the other person's face. The first time he saw someone's face, Nam Thursday couldn't help but ask, "Who are you?" Huin Lang's first impression of Nam Thursday was wondering why there was a child here. At that time, due to some circumstances, Huin Lang had been reverted to a teenage form. Although they were master and disciple, the two did not know each other. When Nam Thursday saw him, 2 thoughts kept repeating in his mind. First, he's really beautiful. And second, I've finally met a normal person whose face I can see. Being stared at by Nam Thursday, Huin Lang felt extremely uncomfortable. Remembering their first meeting, Huin Lang fell into deep thought, as his first impression of Nam Thursday was somewhat negative. At that time, Huin Lang had been transported by a magic array in front of young Nam Thursday. Nam Thursday, originally intending to prevent him from entering the forbidden forest, accidentally touched the barrier that Huin Lang had created. Huin Lang, annoyed, glared at Nam Thursday as he passed through the barrier. Due to some childhood experiences, Huin Lang hated being touched by others. Unexpectedly, he found himself pressing a beautiful person against a tree. Seeing the gloomy expression of the beauty in front of him, Nam Thursday panicked and apologized, saying, "I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell you it's dangerous up ahead." Kids like you might get eaten by the monsters in there. Upon hearing the words kids, Huyen Lang smirked coldly. Nam Thursday, undeterred, continued to seriously describe the terrifying appearance of the monster, saying it was a gigantic pig demon. Though its meat was delicious, it was extremely dangerous. Huyen Lang ignored him and turned to leave. Nam Thursday quickly followed, suggesting, "How about we go together? It might be safer for the two of us." As soon as they stepped into the forbidden forest, something dark immediately rushed at them. Nam Thursday stood still for 3 seconds. Huyen Lang, irritated, asked, "Is this the terrifying creature you were talking about?" As he wiped his face, more pig blood smeared across it. Nam Thursday's eyes sparkled as he circled around the pig, saying, "Its meat is delicious. Do you want to try it?" Huyen Lang looked at Nam Thursday's silly demeanor with disdain and waved his hand, saying they needed to find a place to clean up. In his teenage form, this was Huyen Lang's first time meeting Nam Thursday. He was amazed at how noisy this kid was, even scared of a wild boar. But after he dealt with the boar, the kid was drooling over the carcass, saying, "Pork tastes great." Thinking about how the large boar could provide a lot of food, Nam Thursday was overjoyed and wanted to smile. He happily began to cut the boar into pieces. Soon, the meat was divided into small portions. Nam Thursday plopped down on the ground, suddenly realizing that the beautiful child he had seen earlier was nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, unable to bear the smell of blood on him, Huyen Lang finally found a hot spring and cleaned himself thoroughly. Huyen Lang disliked his younger self because his age, status, and appearance brought many troubles. Being a half-blood between an immortal cultivator and a Yama, he disliked close contact with others because of past experiences. But since meeting Nam Thursday, everything had changed.
Huyen Lang long red to be intimate with Nam Thu.
Suddenly, many small mountain spirits appeared around Huyen Lang, but even these harmless creatures couldn't penetrate his barrier. However, Nam Thursday had easily passed through and touched him. Thinking about it, Huyen Lang couldn't help but wonder if Nam Thursday was also a part of his inner world. At this moment, Nam Thursday received a report from the small mountain spirit. He learned that Huyen Lang was bathing in the hot spring. The small mountain spirits, very fond of Nam Thursday, surrounded him. Seeing their affection, Nam Thursday generously offered them wild boar meat. The small mountain spirits, thinking about the delicious pork, couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. Following the guidance of the small mountain spirit, Nam Thursday found Huyen Lang bathing contentedly. Nam Thursday eagerly asked if he could join him. But before Huyen Lang could answer, Nam Thursday unhesitatingly stripped off his clothes and jumped into the water. Soaked, Nam Thursday shook his head like an animal to shed the water. Huyen Lang stared at him intently. Then, Nam Thursday balled up his clothes and placed them on his head, enthusiastically asking Huyen Lang if he wanted to help wash them. Huyen Lang turned around, and the mark on his back started to move. The handsome and aloof master had a surprising secret. Because he hadn't yet been intimate with his master, Nam Thursday didn't know the true meaning of the mark on his master's back. He looked down at the mark on the beautiful person's back, wondering why it was moving. Despite being unable to match his junior disciple, Nam Thursday was certain he wouldn't drag anyone down. Su Tun, seeing Nam Thursday's anger, held back his explanation. Nam Thursday thought he must be imagining things. Determined, Nam Thursday continued scrubbing Su Tun's back, making his skin red, but unable to remove the markings. Huyen Lang, in pain and anger, pushed Nam Thursday away. Nam Thursday, feeling guilty, laughed, blaming Su Tun's sensitive skin for turning red easily. Huyen Lang, annoyed, stepped out of the water. Nam Thursday, helpless, reached out, asking if Su Tun could help scrub his back, but was ignored. Muttering under his breath, Nam Thursday thought the beautiful person was really bad-tempered. Unbeknownst to him, Huyen Lang heard everything. Huyen Lang, feeling offended, watched as Nam Thursday clumsily dressed. After putting on his clothes, Nam Thursday approached Huyen Lang, chirping about how delicious wild boar meat was and suggesting they eat together. Huyn Lang, in his youthful form, took Nam Thursday home. Upon seeing Huyn Lang's place, Nam Thursday was stunned, staring at the dilapidated house. Shivering, he asked if this was really where Huyn Lang lived. To his surprise, Huyn Lang nonchalantly nodded. Feeling a surge of sympathy, Nam Thursday thought he had it bad, never having met his master since joining the sect at 6 and being left to fend for himself at 10. Despite being forgotten, he didn't have to worry about food and shelter. Now, seeing Huyn Lang's situation, he felt even worse for him. The house was not only drafty but lacked even a proper bed. Curious, Nam Thursday asked where Huyn Lang slept. Unexpectedly, Huyn Lang jumped onto the roof, sitting elegantly. Nam Thursday asked if he planned to sleep up there, noting that even with hay, it wouldn't be comfortable. Huyn Lang didn't respond, just stared at Nam Thursday, making him feel awkward. Nam Thursday couldn't understand why Huyn Lang was staring at him so intently. Feeling flustered, he turned away, thinking he must be imagining things. Suddenly, a distant sound caught Huyn Lang's attention. Nam Thursday, excited, looked up to see a group of mountain spirits bringing cleaned wild boar meat. They placed the meat in front of Nam Thursday, eagerly awaiting his praise. Smiling, Nam Thursday thanked the spirits for their hard work. Huyn Lang watched, wondering if Nam Thursday was real or just a figment of his imagination, created to fulfill some need. As they ate the boar meat together, Nam Thursday lay down beside Huyn Lang, asking for his name. Huyn Lang, lost in thought, didn't answer, prompting Nam Thursday to introduce himself. After hearing Nam Thursday's name, Huyn Lang smiled slightly and wrote his name in the night sky. Nam Thursday, delighted, repeated his name, feeling a new sense of connection. Worried about Huyn Lang's living conditions, Nam Thursday promised to bring blankets and other necessities the next day, thinking of all the things needed to make the place more livable. Huyn Lang, amused by Nam Thursday's chatter, watched him with growing interest. A cold wind blew, causing Nam Thursday to sneeze, making Huyn Lang think how fragile he was. Nam Thursday rubbed his nose, saying it was late and he needed to leave. As he jumped down, vines extended to cushion his fall, allowing Nam Thursday to land gracefully. Waving goodbye, Nam Thursday promised to return the next day. Huyn Lang watched Nam Thursday leave, feeling an unexpected sense of cuteness from him. As Nam Thursday's figure disappeared into the night, Huyn Lang instinctively followed. He didn't understand why, but it felt natural. Only when Nam Thursday vanished from sight did Huyn Lang stop. The next day, heavy rain poured, and Huyn Lang waited for Nam Thursday, but he didn't show up. Feeling betrayed, Huyn Lang cursed Nam Thursday, thinking he was just like his childhood friend who had died by his own hands. As the rain intensified, Huyn Lang resigned himself to the possibility that Nam Thursday wouldn't come. Just when he was lost in thought, he heard hurried footsteps. Turning around, he saw Nam Thursday running towards him, breathless and soaked. Apologizing for being late, Nam Thursday asked if Huyn Lang had waited long, clearly feeling guilty. Huyn Lang, still upset, didn't respond. Nodding his head, the pitiful look of being abandoned made Nam Thursday immediately feel guilty. Nam Thursday gasped, "I'm sorry, I overslept today, but you should find a place to take shelter from the rain." Huyn Lang completely ignored Nam Thursday's reminder. It was then that Nam Thursday suddenly noticed that not a single drop of rain could penetrate the barrier. Huyn Lang slowly approached Nam Thursday, his eyes fixed on Nam Thursday's face. Seeing Nam Thursday's flushed face and erratic breathing, Huyn Lang reached out to write in the air. "What's wrong with you?" Nam Thursday smiled foolishly and said, "I'm fine," then hurriedly urged Huyn Lang, "Let's go quickly. It doesn't look like the rain will stop anytime soon." As they made their way back to the thatched house, with the rain getting heavier, Nam Thursday guessed they wouldn't be able to return that night. All right. Huyn Lang's eyes seemed glued to Nam Thursday. Wherever Nam Thursday went, Huyn Lang's gaze followed. After busying themselves with arranging things, Nam Thursday finally patted the mattress, saying, "I've prepared everything. Come here and rest. I won't go back tonight." Nam Thursday curled up in the blanket, feeling a little drowsy. He yawned and wished Huin Lang a good night. Huin Lang found the current situation quite strange. It was so dark. He couldn't see Nam Thursday's face. So, Huin Lang quickly raised his hand, causing spots of light to appear in the air, revealing Nam Thursday's sleeping face. Seeing Nam Thursday looking so silly, Huin Lang thought he looked awful. Only after seeing Nam Thursday did he feel at ease to close his eyes and sleep. The teacher from 3 years ago and the one now both thought Nam Thursday looked terrible while sleeping. One day, 3 years later, Huin Lang sat by, watching the sleeping Nam Thursday. He always wondered if they had been living together for 3 years. Did the little disciple recognize who he was? Or perhaps he knew but didn't want to admit it. Huin Lang bit his glove off, gently stroking Nam Thursday's face, thinking how weak humans always are. Back in the past, after a good night's sleep, the young teacher woke up groggily with messy hair, yawning loudly. Noticing it was still raining heavily outside, he turned to look at the still sleeping Nam Thursday, who was curled up in bed, face flushed and breathing labored. Seeing this, Huin Lang hesitated for a moment but eventually reached out to check Nam Thursday's temperature. Nam Thursday was very hot. Even though the teacher tried to be careful, he accidentally hurt Nam Thursday. A small scratch appeared on Nam Thursday's face, and the commotion woke Nam Thursday. Groggy, Nam Thursday opened his eyes and called out hoarsely, "Lang." Worried that Huin Lang might be anxious, Nam Thursday reassured him, "I'm just a bit feverish. It's nothing. I'll be fine after some rest." Meanwhile, the teacher was staring at his claws, deep in thought, considering how his nails could hurt Nam Thursday. The teacher responded, "Okay," while silently acknowledging Nam Thursday's words. He frowned at the little Nam Thursday, who was shivering under the blanket, finding it quite troublesome. Despite his internal complaints, the teacher diligently called for the mountain spirits to bring water and a damp cloth to help Nam Thursday lower his temperature. The mountain spirits quickly brought water in leaf containers, while another group wet a cloth to place on Nam Thursday's forehead. To avoid accidentally hurting the little disciple, the teacher chose not to touch his face anymore. Huin Lang looked at the mountain spirits and, for once, praised them, finding them somewhat useful. However, due to the distance, he couldn't control the important items well, and the cloth on Nam Thursday's forehead was crooked. At that moment, with Nam Thursday's fever peaking, the teacher suddenly held him tightly, inwardly scolding him for being restless and not obedient. The teacher then discontentedly used a blanket to cover Nam Thursday's mouth, preventing any drool from spilling out. Nam Thursday didn't know how long he slept, but when he woke up, the fever was gone. Meanwhile, Huin Lang was busy working with the mountain spirits, picking flowers and fruits. Looking at the suspiciously colored fruit in his hand, he wondered if it was edible. Just as Nam Thursday woke up, his stomach growled loudly. Stretching, he stood up with half-open eyes, but as soon as he saw the teacher, his eyes lit up. Nam Thursday joyfully exclaimed, feeling blessed to see a person with complete facial features, and what's more, that person was extremely handsome. Nam Thursday smiled and greeted Huin Lang. "Good morning." The teacher gazed at Nam Thursday's fair face, noting that the wound had healed without leaving a scar. He tossed the fruit to Nam Thursday, who caught it gracefully. However, upon seeing the strange-colored fruit, Nam Thursday hesitated, wondering if it was safe to eat. Was it really non-toxic? After a moment's hesitation, the little Nam Thursday decided to give it a try. But as soon as he took a bite, he felt like he saw his ancestors of 18 generations. It was disgusting. Seeing Nam Thursday's reaction, Huin Lang quickly threw the remaining fruits away at lightning speed. The two culprits immediately shifted the blame, pointing at the mountain spirits, saying they were the ones responsible. The beautiful teacher was teased by the little disciple. What to do? The previous part described the teacher and the mountain spirits enthusiastically helping Nam Thursday pick fruit to eat. Unexpectedly, the devilish fruit caused Nam Thursday to vomit rainbows. Moreover, the two main instigators shirked their responsibility. So Nam Thursday transformed into a little devil, using the evil fruit as punishment for the teacher and the mountain spirits. Seeing them cringe from the sourness, the little devil Nam Thursday laughed. "Ha ha! Does it taste good?" Thinking about the horrible taste of the fruit, Nam Thursday silently broke out in a cold sweat. Therefore, the trouble must be shared with the two masterminds. As Nam Thursday pondered, he watched the beautiful teacher, whose looks were stunning even when reacting to sourness. However, the beautiful scene didn't last long as the teacher's stomach growled. This time, the teacher was very self-aware and suggested eating pork. Nam Thursday was speechless, thinking, he really knows how to eat, doesn't he? So very quickly, we then have the scene of Nam Thursday running frantically because he was being chased by a wild boar. Meanwhile, Huin Lang, cheerfully carrying a piglet, ran behind Nam Thursday, unable to suppress a few vulgar words. Why was this boar chasing him? It wasn't Nam Thursday who wanted to eat the piglet. Was it because he looked easy to bully? Nam Thursday was still busy running. Huin Lang behind him only thought about eating. He mumbled about roasted pork, salivating at the thought. Hearing these words, the wild boar got even angrier and used all its strength to charge its skinny body toward Nam Thursday. Even Su Tun was slightly taken aback by this scene but eventually smirked silently. Winter quickly arrived, covering everything in white snow. Nam Thursday, shivering in his fur coat, lamented how cold the winters were here. Watching Nam Thursday sneeze continuously, Huin Lang wondered, is it really that cold? Nam Thursday, feeling thin and fragile, looked at Huin Lang, asking, aren't you cold at all? Huin Lang glanced at him without any noticeable reaction, still wearing his thin summer clothes. Nam Thursday couldn't help but be envious. He mentioned that in a few days it would be the coldest day of the year, and because of his weak body he couldn't go outside. He would have to wait until spring to come back and see Huin Lang, which would be in about 2 months. Hearing this, Huin Lang was stunned. 2 months, 60 days seemed too long. They had spent every day together, but now they would have to separate. Huin Lang, walking behind Nam Thursday, counted each second, becoming more dissatisfied with the upcoming separation. At that moment, Nam Thursday, who was walking in front, suddenly stopped, turned to Huin Lang, and smiled, saying, Lang, you can go back now. No need to see me off. See you later. Watching Nam Thursday's shivering back as he left, an idea formed in Huin Lang's mind. Is it really that cold? As long as he's not cold, it should be fine. So, in the following days, Huin Lang went into the mountains to find love foxes, whose fur was very warm. Nam Thursday wouldn't be afraid of the cold anymore. After obtaining the fur, Su Tun joyfully thought of Nam Thursday wearing it through the winter. This way, they wouldn't have to be apart for 2 months, 60 days, 1,440 hours, 86,400 minutes, or 5,184,000 seconds. Just as Su Tun was happily cleaning the fur, a voice called out from behind, "A Lang!" A man smiled and walked towards Huin Lang, greeting him warmly. "Long time no see, A Lang. But why are you in your youthful form this time?" Huin Lang didn't respond, trying to stay calm, telling himself that this was just an illusion. Seeing him silent, the man continued, "This youthful form, both stupid and beautiful, I adore it to death." He smiled slyly, reaching out to stroke Huin Lang's hair. Such beautiful hair for a mixed-blood mongrel little bastard. Huin Lang's eyes turned red, struggling to suppress the murderous intent inside. He couldn't kill him now. Otherwise, everything would be exposed. The man continued to smile, squinting. Being called that by an old friend must hurt, right? Little bastard. Huin Lang clenched his teeth, glaring at the man, who clearly wanted to provoke him into killing. Seeing Huin Lang finally react, the man was satisfied and encouraged. "Yes, yes. Look at me with those beautiful eyes." Huin Lang clutched the fox fur tightly, his fingers trembling with anger. If he killed him here, he wouldn't be able to leave. The man, unhappy with Huin Lang's response, asked, "Why don't you tear me apart?" "Lang, you're not saying anything," getting less interesting by the moment. "Now's not the time to kill him." Huin Lang decided to stay silent, but the man suddenly noticed the blood-stained fox fur clutched in his hands. In the next moment, the fox fur was snatched away. The man glared at Huin Lang and asked, "Do you cherish this fur so much because you want to give it to that Nam Thursday person?" He deliberately dragged out the name Nam Thursday, emphasizing it. Unable to hold back any longer, Huin Lang lunged to grab the fur back. "You disgusting creature, you've dirted the fur." But his current cultivation level was not enough to match the man. The man dodged left and right, not letting Huin Lang retrieve the fur. The angrier and more anxious Huin Lang became, the happier the man was, taunting him childishly. He leaped into the air, laughing, "Little bastard, how have you become so useless? Let's do this. I'll count to 3. If you transform into the form I love, I'll return it to you." As soon as he finished speaking, he began counting. The fox fur in his hand started to burn, and a cold laugh echoed. "Fire, it was burned?" Nam Thursday was Su Tun's treasure. No one was allowed to touch him. Speaking of Huin Lang's old friend, he didn't just insult Huin Lang but also used the fox fur meant for Nam Thursday to threaten him, then burned it right in front of him. The man, smug and provocative, said, "You're still as gullible as before." When the fur turned to ashes, he feigned regret, saying, "It's burned to ash, sorry about that. Ruined the fur you were giving your treasure." He then boasted, "Anything you cherish, I will destroy." Huin Lang, losing patience, turned and left. The man, displeased with his indifference, shouted, "Little bastard, stand still." Huin Lang ignored him, feeling annoyed, thinking about finding new fur. Seeing Huin Lang ignoring him, the man descended from the sky and launched an attack. Finally, he threatened, "And that person named Nam Thursday too." As expected, hearing that name spoken from the mouth of that scum made Huin Lang's murderous aura flare up again. Seeing this, the man laughed loudly, saying, "I will definitely tear him apart and slowly savor every piece." The more he spoke, the more excited he became, his face turning red and his eyes becoming wild. The innocent face of the young man disappeared completely, and he returned to his original adult form. The man became even more excited, humming, "That's right," although that earlier form was cute. Before he could finish speaking, Huin Lang swung his hand and ordered, "Come down here immediately." The man, who had been boasting moments earlier, lost control and accurately landed in Huin Lang's grasp. As Huin Lang tightened his grip, fresh blood flowed from the man's neck, spilling onto Huin Lang's hand. As soon as Huin Lang touched the blood, his murderous aura exploded. Although the man was being beaten to the point of bleeding from his 7 orifices, he laughed heartily, suggesting, "Use more strength." He reached out and grasped Huin Lang's wrist, a touch that made Huin Lang feel utterly disgusted. Huin Lang shook off the man's hand, saying, "Don't touch me with that hand." A piercing scream echoed through the snowy forest, causing Nam Thursday, who had just arrived, to be frightened out of his wits. What was that sound just now? It was so terrifying. Nam Thursday thought as he shivered. There won't be ghosts here, right? Even though he was scared, Nam Thursday continued to walk forward, trembling as he went. "I should have come in the morning. It's too scary here at night," he thought. Sure enough, he soon came upon a truly frightening scene. Startled, Nam Thursday stepped back, only to see an arm fall to the ground. Shocked and unable to control his actions, Nam Thursday stepped on a dry branch, making a cracking sound. The noise attracted Huin Lang's attention, who coldly turned around. When he saw who had arrived, both he and the other person were stunned. The man had only burned a fox's fur, but was still excitedly smiling because he loved the beautiful master so much. The man continued to provoke, saying he would devour the master's beloved, Nam Thursday. Thoroughly enraged, Huin Lang was about to kill him when he heard a sound behind him. Turning around, he recognized Nam Thursday. Because the snow was so heavy, Nam Thursday couldn't distinguish who was in front of him, but regardless of who it was, he thought he might end up dead here today. Huin Lang noticed the fear in Nam Thursday's eyes and immediately threw the man far away before slowly walking towards Nam Thursday. The man on the ground spat out a mouthful of blood. Nam Thursday was shocked to see the man still alive but wondered why Huin Lang was walking toward him. Does he want to silence me? Nam Thursday decided to fight back, secretly summoning vines behind him. If he could control this person, he might have a chance to survive. As Huin Lang approached, he reverted to the familiar form of the young man Nam Thursday knew. When they were only a few steps apart, Huin Lang raised his head, revealing a heartbreakingly beautiful face. Recognizing Huin Lang, Nam Thursday stood frozen, stammering, unable to speak. Huin Lang looked uneasy, lowering his head and pitifully asking, "Are you afraid of me?" Seeing the handsome young man's face covered in blood, Nam Thursday guiltily replied, "No." But his hand gripping the vine behind him betrayed him. Huin Lang, hurt, asked, "Do you want to attack me? Do you think I would hurt you?" Even at that moment, not willing to put away his weapon. His appearance as an abandoned puppy contrasted starkly with the cold-blooded person who had just broken someone's arm. Nam Thursday felt his mind go blank and didn't know how to respond. Nam Thursday, feeling uneasy, left. Snow fell all night, and Huin Lang stayed in the same place, waiting for Nam Thursday. Like a snowman, Huin Lang gently reached out to touch the snowman beside him, whispering, "Why haven't you come back?" As he said this, he frowned, feeling childish like a little child. Realizing that his behavior was due to being in the form of a young man, he reached out again to touch the snowman's face. Just then, Nam Thursday suddenly appeared behind him, calling out to Huin Lang. Startled, Huin Lang didn't know what to do. Nam Thursday noticed the snowman and found it strange. The snowman's form seemed familiar. Suddenly, an idea crossed his mind. Could this be a snowman made in his likeness by Huin Lang? Nam Thursday approached the snowman to get a closer look, feeling that something was missing. As he wondered what was missing, he saw Nam Thursday take off his hair tie and place it on the snowman's head. Nam Thursday touched the snowman's head and asked Huin Lang, "Do I look like this snowman?" Seeing Nam Thursday looking at him, Huin Lang blushed immediately, embarrassed. He pretended to cough to hide his affection. Nam Thursday, seeing him cough, thought Huin Lang was cold and wrapped a scarf around him. Lang, as before, likes to wait at the same place. "Please don't do that anymore. Okay?" Nam Thursday gently caressed Huin Lang's flushed face, apologizing for leaving him here last night because he was truly scared. The Lang from last night and Lang Mak, are two entirely different people, which is why I was so frightened. Hearing this, Huin Lang opened his eyes wide, thinking Nam Thursday wanted to abandon him. But then Nam Thursday said, "But I won't leave you again, nor will I be afraid like I was last night." Huin Lang promised never to harm Nam Thursday. They both blushed after speaking, creating a scene that felt like a confession of love. Spring arrived, and so did the spring of the master. For the first time, the master felt jealousy and wanted to pin down his little disciple. Although Huin Lang had promised Nam Thursday not to stand waiting anymore, he ended up turning himself into a snowman next to Nam Thursday's snowman. As the snow in the forest gradually melted, the joyful voices of a young girl rang out. "Finally, we can go outside. Last winter was so cold, even colder than the year before." As Nam Thursday reminded his little junior sister to be careful of the melting snow, the little girl mischievously stuck out her tongue and said she understood. Nam Thursday reached out and touched the bandage on his neck, still not fully healed even as spring arrived, a reminder of how he had given his scarf to Huin Lang. While Nam Thursday was silently lamenting his weakened body, the man behind him called out his name, "Nam Thursday." Turning back in confusion, Nam Thursday asked, "What's wrong?" The man expressed concern about Nam Thursday's injury and offered to apply medicine for him that evening. Hearing this, the snowman Huin Lang, who was in hibernation, opened his eyes. He heard Nam Thursday's voice, quickly shaking off the snow that enveloped him. Eagerly, he wanted to go and see Nam Thursday, ignoring his old friend's threats. "Ah Huin, I finally found your weakness. This time you will surely die by my hand," the old friend sneered. Nam Thursday's voice grew closer, and Huin Lang's face turned red as he rushed towards the edge of the barrier. But what he saw was Nam Thursday being held by another man. Jealousy surged within Su Tun, and murderous thoughts emerged. "You are not allowed to touch him. Nam Thursday belongs only to me." At that moment, little junior sister worriedly ran over to check on them. "Are you okay, Nam Thursday CA? Why did you suddenly fall backward?" Nam Thursday, still feeling dizzy, was shaken awake and slowly regained consciousness. When he heard the question, "What happened?" for the third time, Nam Thursday finally came to his senses. He looked at the man supporting him, confused about what was going on. The man leaned in closer, scaring Nam Thursday, who awkwardly pushed him away, explaining that he suddenly felt faint and lost consciousness. The Jiang brothers were still worried, but even Nam Thursday didn't know the cause. Although it was just a few seconds, why was his body so weak? To reassure his good friends, Nam Thursday claimed he was fine. Seeing his brother acting concerned, little sister Jiang realized he had feelings for Nam Thursday. They discussed returning home, but although Nam Thursday wanted to go into the forest to gather herbs, big brother Jiang insisted on stopping him. Finally, under little sister Jiang's persuasion, Nam Thursday managed to bid them farewell. Huin Lang, standing inside the barrier, saw everything, his murderous intent growing deeper. All the unnecessary people must be eliminated. He watched big brother Jiang being carried away by little sister Jiang, who didn't forget to shout back, "I'll wait for you tonight, Nam Thursday." Nam Thursday, exasperated, responded, "Forget it." Nam Thursday and the Jiang siblings had been good friends since childhood. He grew up in their family's herbal shop. But now it seemed he couldn't stay there any longer. Remembering the past, when Nam Thursday was 7, a celestial master had said he had a heavenly fate and wanted to take him as a disciple. However, the celestial master's disciple didn't like mortals, so Nam Thursday never met his master. Therefore, the celestial master told Nam Thursday to wait, and the Jiang family took care of him. He had waited for 10 years, feeling that the celestial master was unreliable. As Nam Thursday walked and thought, he didn't realize when he had reached the jealous Huin Lang. Cheerfully, he called out, "Lang." Nam Thursday ran over to hug Huin Lang's shoulder, asking, "What are you thinking about? I called you several times, but you didn't respond." Little did Nam Thursday know, Huin Lang was filled with thoughts of eliminating anyone who dared to touch him. Nam Thursday babbled beside Huin Lang, boasting about how he hadn't changed at all over the months and proudly claimed he had grown taller than Huin Lang. Huin Lang didn't respond, realizing that in the barrier, all his desires were magnified, and his possessiveness had become almost insane. Just because he didn't like Nam Thursday being close to others, he had almost lost control. Nam Thursday kept calling out, and Huin Lang finally responded with a soft, "Hm." Nam Thursday, curious, wondered what Huin Lang would look like when he grew up and how long it would take. Thinking about growing up, Huin Lang's beautiful face turned red, imagining being together all the time but afraid to reveal his thoughts to Nam Thursday. Nam Thursday, meanwhile, was calculating on his fingers, 15, 12 years, or maybe 100 years. If it takes too long, I might miss it. Huin Lang wasn't confident in controlling his desires towards Nam Thursday, as all these images and thoughts had already played out in his mind, possibly even more intensely. The more he thought about it, the brighter the word desire glowed behind him. Seeing Nam Thursday still babbling beside him, he wanted to lock him up. Just because he disliked Nam Thursday being too close to others, Huin Lang almost lost control. He didn't like himself this way, so he remained silent. After reuniting, Nam Thursday felt it strange that Huin Lang wasn't saying anything. Tilting his head, he asked, "What's wrong?" Huin Lang softly replied, "Nothing. and quickly walked forward. Nam Thursday, looking at the gloomy atmosphere around them, thought Huin Lang didn't seem like nothing was wrong. He wondered if he had said something wrong. To cheer up Huin Lang, Nam Thursday asked if he wanted to go hunting wild boar together since he knew Huin Lang liked wild boar meat the most. Huin Lang only replied, "I'll wait for you at the cottage." He didn't want to lose control and hurt Nam Thursday, so for now, it was better to keep a distance. Nam Thursday felt increasingly puzzled. What was wrong with Huin Lang all of a sudden? Wild boar meat was Huin Lang's favorite dish. So did Nam Thursday say something wrong to upset him? As Nam Thursday walked, he pondered the situation. Suddenly, he realized something. Huin Lang had acted strangely right after Nam Thursday mentioned growing up. Could it be that Huin Lang couldn't mature, regardless of how much time passed, like Dong Lao who never ages? Nam Thursday sighed, feeling at a loss. He looked up at the sky, wondering why he suddenly became curious about what Huin Lang would look like as an adult. He then warned himself not to mention anything about growing up in front of Huin Lang again. Unbeknownst to Nam Thursday, someone was secretly observing his every move from behind an ancient tree, finding great interest in him. As Nam Thursday continued to reflect on his thoughts, he suddenly heard a cry for help. The voice sounded like that of a child. How could there be a child in this area? Nam Thursday walked towards the source of the sound, reaching the edge of a cliff where he saw a boy hanging precariously. The boy, with tears streaming down his face, was pleading for help as if he would fall at any moment. Meanwhile, Huin Lang was inside a grass hut, waiting for Nam Thursday's return. He repeatedly questioned himself about whether he should leave, but deep down he didn't want to. Leaving the mindscape would mean he couldn't see Nam Thursday anymore. Huin Lang leaned gently against the chair, feeling overwhelmed with helplessness. He longed to be near Nam Thursday but couldn't. If he stayed, he feared his dark emotions would surface and harm Nam Thursday. Just as Huin Lang was contemplating his next move, a small mountain spirit landed on his shoulder, informing him of the danger Nam Thursday was facing at the cliff. Huin Lang's calm shattered as he frantically rushed towards Nam Thursday's location, fearing what the demon might do to him. Nam Thursday realized he had been tricked but was too late to escape. The next moment, he found himself in the boy's previous position, hanging off the cliff. As Nam Thursday clung desperately to the rocky ledge, the boy who had deceived him stood by, taunting him. "You need to hold on tight. It'll be no fun if you fall and get turned into minced meat. You're A Huin's weak spot, and I've been looking for that." Nam Thursday gritted his teeth, struggling to maintain his grip. Who was a Huin? Was it Huin Lang? Was he really Huin Lang's weak spot? The boy continued to mock him, wondering why Nam Thursday tried to flee after seeing him and remarking that even his child form couldn't deceive Nam Thursday. Nam Thursday, now exhausted, thought, "I'm done for this time." Just as he believed he couldn't hold on any longer, the rock under his left hand gave way. Nam Thursday, feeling utterly helpless, cursed inwardly as if the heavens were playing a cruel joke on him. In that critical moment, Huin Lang arrived just in time, grabbing Nam Thursday's wrist. His whole body trembling with relief, Huin Lang was glad he made it. Seeing Huin Lang appear, Nam Thursday also breathed a sigh of relief. Huin Lang tried to pull Nam Thursday up, but his long nails accidentally tore through Nam Thursday's clothing, injuring him in the process. The fabric gave way, and Nam Thursday fell off the cliff. Huin Lang, unable to bear the thought, immediately broke free from his self-imposed restraints and leaped after Nam Thursday. He wrapped his arms around Nam Thursday in midair, positioning himself underneath to cushion the fall and protect him. Seeing Huin Lang's protective gesture, Nam Thursday wasn't willing to let him sacrifice himself. Just as Nam Thursday was about to say something, he noticed a tree below. Using his blood as a catalyst, Nam Thursday caused the tree to rapidly grow into a massive ancient tree. As they fell onto the tree's branches, Nam Thursday held onto Huin Lang tightly, waiting for the impact. When he opened his eyes again, his tension eased as the ancient tree had safely caught them. Nam Thursday, without caring about himself, quickly checked Huin Lang for injuries. Huin Lang, still in shock, assured him he was fine. Nam Thursday, now exhausted from blood loss, fainted immediately afterward. Huin Lang transformed back into his adult form, holding Nam Thu close. The affection the master had for his disciple had brought danger to Nam Thursday. In an effort to control his feelings, Huin Lang had decided to ignore Nam Thursday, unknowingly giving the demon an opportunity to harm him. Fortunately, in the critical moment, Nam Thursday used his plant-manipulating abilities to create a safety net, saving them both. After losing consciousness due to blood loss, Huin Lang transformed back into his adult form and held him tightly. A while later, small mountain spirits gathered around Huin Lang, chattering anxiously. Huin Lang reassured them that Nam Thursday was fine and instructed them not to disturb him. The mountain spirits obediently floated around Nam Thursday, not making any noise, eagerly watching his face and hoping for his quick recovery. While in a small mountain grove, Ling noticed that Nam Thursday's hand was injured. Huin Lang, reflecting on his own actions, realized he had unintentionally hurt Nam Thursday with his nails. After a long silence, Huin Lang started removing each of his nails one by one, his face calm, not showing any pain. When all the nails were removed, Huin Lang stood aside. Nam Thursday, who had been unconscious for a long time, finally woke up and touched the fur of the fox around him, thinking how soft it was. As he moved, a sudden pain shot through his palm. Nam Thursday lifted his hand, realizing it was an imprint from using his power to make plants grow. He tried to sit up but hurt his wound, causing him to flinch in pain. Tears welled up in his eyes as he cursed his special ability. He then noticed he was wearing Huin Lang's clothes. Standing up, he compared their sizes and wondered why Huin Lang's clothes were so big. From behind, a voice called out, and Nam Thursday slowly turned to see a man who looked surreal, no longer a teenager. Huin Lang saw Nam Thursday's dumbfounded expression and called his name again. Nam Thursday hesitantly responded and then curiously asked why Huin Lang had grown so much. Huin Lang, noticing Nam Thursday's constant stare, asked, "What's wrong? Why are you staring at me?" Nam Thursday hesitated before asking, "Your appearance?" Huin Lang replied, "What about it? Haven't you always been curious about how I'd look grown up?" Nam Thursday admitted he was curious. Huin Lang cautiously asked, "So, do you not like it?" Without thinking, Nam Thursday blurted out, "I like it a lot." Huin Lang's heart pounded with joy at the answer he wanted to hear. Nam Thursday looked Huin Lang up and down, admitting he liked everything about him. Realizing he had spoken his thoughts aloud, Nam Thursday blushed and quickly tried to explain, "I mean, I like you no matter what you look like." He felt flustered, unsure if he had said something wrong. Huin Lang smiled and reassured him, "I understand." He handed Nam Thursday some pills, telling him to take them. Without thinking, Nam Thursday swallowed the pills and asked, "What did I just take?" Huin Lang teased, "Poison." Nam Thursday laughed, saying he had already swallowed it. Huin Lang then clarified it was blood-replenishing medicine. Huin Lang applied medicine to the wound on Nam Thursday's neck. Nam Thursday touched his neck, feeling the pain, and secretly glanced at Huin Lang, who had moved closer to examine the wound. The close proximity made Nam Thursday want to kiss him, but he quickly stopped his thoughts, blushing deeply. Huin Lang gently touched Nam Thursday's neck, making their faces even closer. Nam Thursday, staring at Huin Lang's well-defined chest, closed his eyes and reminded himself not to look. Puzzled by Nam Thursday's reaction, Huin Lang pulled him closer, softly saying, "Don't move," and brushed Nam Thursday's hair aside to see the wound. Huin Lang's heart ached at the sight of the injury. Nam Thursday, clutching Huin Lang's clothes, stammered, "It's just a minor wound," internally pleading for him to stop talking so close to his ear. Huin Lang tenderly touched Nam Thursday's nape, making him let out a surprised sound. Embarrassed, Nam Thursday asked if Huin Lang was done, but he continued, the gentle touch sending shivers down Nam Thursday's spine. Finally, Huin Lang bandaged the wound and pulled Nam Thursday into his arms. Nam Thursday felt strange, wondering why such a small touch affected him so much. He grabbed Huin Lang's clothes, breathing heavily. Trying to reassure himself, he thought that bringing the abiodynamics into this world wasn't that strange, considering he had already crossed worlds just by reading a book. Huin Lang looked at Nam Thursday's anxious expression and thought he was in pain. He reached out to pat Nam Thursday's head in comfort. Nam Thursday was lost in his own chaotic thoughts, feeling trapped with no way out. This body had just reached adulthood, and if it truly developed certain traits, it would be a disaster. What was he supposed to do during this sensitive period? Unaware that Nam Thursday was biting his own finger in anxiety, Huin Lang called out to Nam Thursday several times with no response. Seeing Nam Thursday's distress, Huin Lang became alarmed and quickly grabbed Nam Thursday's hand, urging him to stop biting. Only then did Nam Thursday come back to reality, looking dazedly at Huin Lang. Huin Lang opened Nam Thursday's hand and saw the injuries caused by clinging to the cliff. The next moment, Huin Lang's gaze darkened as he pulled up Nam Thursday's sleeve, revealing the wound on his wrist. Gently touching the wound, Huin Lang's eyes filled with sorrow. He blamed himself, saying, "I'm sorry." Nam Thursday, bewildered, tried to console him. "It's okay, Lang. It's just a small wound. And besides, it was an emergency, so it's not your fault." Nam Thursday knew Huin Lang was blaming himself, so he hurried to comfort the big, sorrowful dog in front of him. Huin Lang softly asked, "Does it hurt?" Nam Thursday quickly replied, "No, it doesn't hurt at all." Huin Lang rested his head on Nam Thursday's shoulder, feeling deceived. "It must hurt a lot," he repeated. "I'm sorry." The next moment, Nam Thursday felt his shoulder getting wet. "Lang, are you crying?" Huin Lang inhaled the scent of Nam Thursday, whispering, "I almost lost you." He held Nam Thursday tightly, making Nam Thursday reassure him, "It's not that serious." But Huin Lang ignored Nam Thursday's comforting words. "I'm old," he said. "I was afraid your arm would be torn off. Couldn't hold on to you. It's my fault you fell." Tears streamed down, leaving Nam Thursday utterly shocked. Why was he crying so much? He tried his best to comfort the grieving master before him, saying, "I'm still here, healthy. Please don't cry." Nam Thursday helplessly watched his master cry like a child, thinking, "He's so grown up, yet he's crying like this?" He needed to find a way to comfort him quickly. Suddenly, a sharp pain in his hand reminded him of the situation. He asked the sniffing Huin Lang if he could help bandage the wound. Huin Lang lifted his head and saw Nam Thursday's hand. Looking pitiful and making a pleading face, "I can't bandage it myself." Sure enough, Huin Lang immediately reverted to his usual cold demeanor. Nam Thursday sighed in relief, finally managing to calm down the crybaby. Looking at Huin Lang's tightly bandaged hand, Nam Thursday curiously asked, "What happened to your hand?" Huin Lang avoided the question, simply replying, "It's not important." Then he asked Nam Thursday, "Did you encounter him?" Nam Thursday's heart raced, recalling the person who caused him to fall off the cliff, filling him with fear. Huin Lang warned, "He's very dangerous." Curious, Nam Thursday asked, "What's your relationship with him?" Huin Lang hesitated before saying, "He was a close friend of mine." Even someone as slow as Nam Thursday could sense the animosity between them. How could they have been good friends? Huin Lang continued, "I believed we were good friends. Before things fell apart, I considered him my best friend." He explained that he had never noticed the covetous look in the other's eyes. The person often complimented Huin Lang's hair and eyes, saying they were more beautiful than jewels. Though Huin Lang found it strange, he didn't think much of it. Until one day, the man brought a bottle of wine and said they wouldn't leave until they were drunk. What happened afterward made Huin Lang feel sick just thinking about the wine.